this mecca of merriment, this campus of comedy. Get over here. Who are you? Sit down over here. Come on, sit down right over here. Ah! Look what you did. So, what are you doing here anyway?
I want to be a clown.
I want to be a clown, just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Not just anybody can be a clown, you know. Only those very special people can be clowns. This is that famous school of skullduggery, that home of hilarity, that lack of ludicrous learning, that's very special place.
Oh, please, mister.
You want to be a clown? That's the funniest thing I ever heard. Clowning is only for people that are serious about being a clown. Now, go on out of here, however you came in here, because I got guard duty stuff to do. Go on. Okay, don't cry. I can't stand to see anybody unhappy. Why do you want to be a clown anyway?
Because I want to make people laugh.
Oh, I got an idea. Stay right there. Oh, hold that thumb. I know, I got the answer. The whole thing is here. If I can just find it. I know I didn't put it up here. Oh, wait a minute. It's got to be in here. Hold on. I got it. There it is. Everything you ever wanted to know about being a clown is in this book. So, go over there. Come on, go over there. I want you to read this book cover to cover, and everything you ever wanted to know about being a clown is in there, because I got some guard duty stuff to do. Go ahead. Good luck. Becoming a clown takes work and lots of practice. Some of the things you have to learn are the mini clown skills, how to put together a clown costume, various clown gags, and how to put on your funny face. Now, let's get started. So you want to be a clown, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. This is Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's world-famous clown college, the only school of its kind in the entire world. And I'm your host, Professor Pratfall.
Hi, Professor Pratfall.
How you doing? That's the Pratfall. Excuse me. Now, Clown College is a very special place, and we're going to let you in on our secrets. So if you pay attention and keep practicing and practicing, maybe one day you'll be a clown with the greatest show on earth. And that means you'll be one of those very lucky people who get a chance to give the greatest gift of all, the gift of laughter. If you should become a clown, you'll be a part of a long history. Did you know that clowns have been around for over 1,000 years? Back in that time, they used to call them court jesters. And one of the most famous authors of all, William Shakespeare, put a lot of clowns in a lot of his plays. That Willie? What a cut-up! Now, the first thing you must learn to become a clown is how to act like one. And to help you learn, here are my assistants. Let's start with how a clown moves. When most people move, they walk, run, and move their arms like this. But as a clown, the most important thing to remember is to exaggerate. Overdo every move you make. You want your audience, whether they're close up or far away, to see and feel everything that you do. When you're happy, beat your hands together, slap your thighs, smile from ear to ear, hug yourself, and spin around like a top. When you're sad, be terribly sad. Bury your head in your knees, or lie flat in your back and beat your fists and heels around the ground. Do you feel like crying? Pull a great big handkerchief from your pants. But if you want to add a laugh to your crying, poke your head through the middle of it. This all may look easy at first, but to move in a funny way and not hurt yourself or anyone else takes a lot of practice and homework. You can start by using a large mirror and then try it out with an audience. Even if it's only your friends, go find your friends and ask them to watch. They'll love it. Just use your imagination and see what happens. But always be careful and keep your body under control. You can still exaggerate, but don't get wild about it. That's not funny, that's dangerous. Clowns have to learn some unusual skills, and one of the most important is juggling. And here to demonstrate is Steve Russell. Steve, can you teach us how to juggle?
I think so, Ron. Most anyone can learn to juggle if they give it a try. And the best way of learning how to juggle is with using some dime store scarves like this. They're very lightweight, as you can see.
Yeah, they are light.
All right, so what you have to do is throw them in the air, one like this. You see? You can see how it falls slowly. It's very important for learning to juggle. All right? Now, the next thing you should do is put your hands up in the air like this. Just like this. All right? Look at those two places where your hands are.
I got them.
All right? You see? Now, this is what we call an imaginary point over here.
Okay.
And this is another imaginary point there.
I got two
All right?
imaginary points.
That's right. And every ball that you throw has to go to one of those 2 points.
Okay.
All right?
Got
you
it.
can put your hands down. That's fine. All right. So, take one scarf. Here's a nice greenish yellow one for you. Take it in your right hand. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Now take that scarf and put it over to this imaginary point. And
Oh, and
catch.
throw it up.
And throw it in the air. Right. And catch it in the other hand.
Got it.
Good. Oh, very good. You're a good student. All right. Then you take the left hand and you throw that to this imaginary point here.
Okay.
All right? Just
Wait a
like
minute.
that. Very good. Wonderful,
Man.
wonderful. But that's not all. There's more.
Mike.
All right?
You didn't tell me there's going to be more.
Well, I'm sorry. You need at least 2 to juggle.
Okay.
And 3 is real juggling.
How about just 2 first?
2. All right. So let's do 2. All right? One in each hand.
Got it.
Let them hang down like that.
That looks like it's going to be tougher.
That's all right.
Got it.
So, it's exciting, you know? You
I'm
can
having
feel
a
it,
ball.
all right?
I'm having a silk.
That's silk, right. What you do, you start with the right, put that over to this point, and you drop it. Don't do it yet.
Okay.
Put that over to this left-hand side point and drop it. Then, as that's falling, you throw this to the right-hand point and drop it.
Got it.
All together, it looks like this. Watch first. Catch, catch.
Let me
Just like
try it, let
that.
me try it.
All right, give it a try. 1, 2, catch, catch.
Got it.
Good. Try it again. 1, 2, catch, catch.
1, 2.
Catch, catch. Very good.
Ah.
Very good.
Not bad.
Now, here comes the rough part.
There's more.
The third scarf. Let's give you a colored one here.
Okay.
If you can,
Which
you should.
hand?
No, you should start probably with which hand you feel comfortable with. If you're left-handed, you use your left hand.
Okay.
If you're right-handed, you use your right hand.
Okay, I'm right-handed.
So, here's what you do. You put one scarf in the crook of your thumb like this.
Got it.
All right? The next scarf, you put at your fingertips, like that.
Got it. Oh, got it. Got it.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. The reason you do this is you can throw the one at your fingertips without throwing the one in your thumb. So just try that.
Okay.
Throw one in the air like that and catch it in the same hand. All right. Very good. Very good. Now, here we go. The exciting part.
Okay.
You throw this over to that point, then this over to that point, then this over to that point. It
Oh,
looks
okay.
like this. 1, 2, 3. Catch.
Let me try it.
All right.
Ready?
Oh, it's exciting. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it.
All right,
I bet you I do
good.
it. 3
How
to
much?
1.
No, don't.
3 to 1.
1, 2, 3. Catch.
Ah,
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, once you've learned how to do the scarves, all right, scarves are very wonderful to watch and to juggle too, because
you
then
do
you
it and
can
I
get
can
carried
watch.
away, all right? You see, you can throw them over and under and around. And if you want to do some tricky things,
All right. Hey!
oh, but I bet you're thinking, this is not real juggling. Go on, admit it.
I was thinking that's really not juggling.
Oh, I thought you would think that. So,
I think probably everybody was thinking that really wasn't juggling.
could be.
because When I think about juggling, I think about throwing 3 balls up.
oh, funny you should mention that. Look, here we have 3 balls, but these are special. These are not real balls, these are beanbag balls. See, it's very important because a ball, when it hits and bounces, all right, very good bouncing ball. But for learning, you don't want everything running all over the place, going all over under the rug and under the sofa and everything, and hitting the dog. So what you want to do is get a beanbag ball, because when it drops, it stays right there.
That's it?
That's it. It's dead. You don't have to go chasing it around. You really don't have to. Once in a while, you have to chase it around. All right. So the same thing
Okay.
You start with 2 balls in whichever hand you're comfortable with,
Okay.
and 1 in the other.
Got it.
All right?
Here, I'll trade you.
And so, to learn, though, you use 2. You go 1 and 2, just as you did with the 2 scarves.
Back up to the
1,
same imaginary
2.
points.
Yeah, to the
Okay.
imaginary points. And it's very important that you throw the balls to the same imaginary points, but at different times. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like this. 1, 2. It's not this. Everyone seems to make this mistake. It's a way of juggling, but not the easiest way, all right? And it's not this. Because there you're catching 2 balls at the same time, and you have to think about 2 hands at the same time.
Okay.
So what you want is 1 and 2, and you should be able to count even out loud. 1, 2, catch.
The counting's no problem.
Oh, you can get that.
Yeah,
Up
I
to
can do
2.
that, yeah.
All right, wait till we get to 3.
Dad,
Gets more
I may
difficult.
need some help.
1, 2, right?
Okay.
1, 2. And practice this so you can do it perfectly about 10 times. All right? 10 times perfectly, 1, 2. You should be able to do it. Then you move on to the 3rd ball. All right?
The bigger and better things, huh, Steve?
Ready?
Okay.
It's going to be great. Right? 1, 2, 3. That's as much as you need to do. That's 1 juggle. 1, 2, 3. You've thrown each of the balls.
So it's similar to the same thing you did with the scarf.
Same
Start
thing as with the
2.
scarf.
Oh, okay, I get,
All right.
I get it now.
All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But really, it's only the same motion over and over, just like that.
Oh, okay.
All right? Well, good. But with any juggling, it really doesn't matter what you do, it's how you do it.
Well, how you do it?
No, how you do it.
Me?
If you can only do 2 balls like this, what you have to do is make the audience think it's the most amazing thing they've ever seen.
Yeah, but not when you're just doing just 2 balls.
Sure.
What can you do?
You could do 1 ball. All right? 1 ball. The most
I can-
amazing
wait, I
thing.
can do 1 ball.
All right. Here. Here, see, like this?
Go ahead. All right. 1 more.
Okay? All right? And if you want to do 2 balls, you just do 2 balls. The most amazing juggler you've ever seen. It all depends on how you do it. So if you're going to do 3, it doesn't really matter if you can do all these tricks. What matters
Get fancy. Go ahead.
is you're a clown inside. See? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. So this is good stuff. So you're juggling 3 balls. If you can do 2 in one hand, try 2 in one hand. You see, now my left hand is not doing anything here. It could be doing something.
Well,
It could be doing this. See, it's a good trick. It's called 2 in 1. It's very easy. I do a lot of it. All right, there's 2 in 1.
Okay.
All right, but if you want to make this funny, what you have to do is hold on to the ball in the left hand, and it looks like this. See, it's funny.
That's good.
It is.
That's
It's funny. It's good. See, here's a yo-yo,
I like that one too.
a measuring spaghetti, one of the 2. Here's a lollipop.
How the heck do you keep control of where all these balls are?
Practice. And the theory of the universe.
All right.
And that's juggling.
Charlie the Clown, our balloon blowing
Oh,
expert.
hi, Ron.
That looks terrific.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
pretty, isn't it?
Beautiful swan.
Yeah, that's a really pretty
Hey,
swan.
would you please show everybody and teach them how to make a balloon animal?
All right, but first of all, I think they should know where to get balloons.
Okay, where do you get these
Well, what you
balloons?
do, these aren't regular balloons like you buy in a
You don't just go to-
7-Eleven or something.
No.
These are special balloons. These are called pencil balloons.
Okay.
Now, you can get pencil balloons probably in a magic shop, or maybe you'll find them in a supermarket. if
Okay,
you like.
I've seen them at magic shops.
What you need to do is you need to get the 360E or the 360A. That's the special long one.
360E or 360A.
Yes, all right. Now, I've got
Okay.
something in my pocket here. Let me get this one out. Now, first of all, before you blow one up, you give it a good stretch like this.
Wait, okay.
Okay, this warms the balloon up and makes it a little easier to blow up. Because it's not an easy thing to blow up.
So when you stretch it out, it makes it easier.
That's right.
Okay. Look at that. That's great.
How's that? Right.
You almost got all the way to the end.
Yeah, would you like to try and blow one up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'll get you one. Okay, just drop that on the ground there.
Okay.
You try and
I'll
blow
just
that
let
one
it
up.
fly down there.
Just let it fly down.
Okay, Swan.
Give it a good stretch.
Okay, stretch it out. Now I can get you back.
Okay.
Okay.
Now blow it up. Try and blow from your stomach. Keep your lips, keep your cheeks. No, don't let your cheeks come out. Blow from your stomach. Like you're blowing a trumpet. Well, you can keep practicing on that. But I'll tell you what, Ron. Hey, there it goes.
Oh, got
There
it.
goes. He's got some of it. Very good. Okay, a little bit more, a little bit more. Great. Okay, that's enough. You can stop there. Now, tie it up
Thanks,
now.
Charlie.
Okay, that wasn't easy, was it?
No, it wasn't.
If you find it very difficult, you can always use a bicycle pump.
Yeah?
Or you can buy a
That
special,
would make it a lot easier,
special
probably.
balloon pump.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Have
that
those
blows
too?
up balloons.
At magic
that's right.
shops?
Yeah,
Okay.
at magic shops.
360 E's.
360 E's.
Okay, I'm learning.
Okay. Now what I'm going to make here is I'm going to make the most simple balloon thing that you can make.
Which is?
Well, I'll tell you what it is at the end. Or maybe
Okay.
you'll be able to see what it is.
Okay.
I've blown the balloon up almost the whole way. There's just a little bit at the end.
Okay.
First thing I do is I bend the balloon in half.
Yeah.
Not actually in half, in about a third.
Okay.
And then I bend it back again,
In half.
in half.
Okay.
Now, you can see it's going zigzag, like almost
Okay,
like a
it's
snake.
like an S. I get it.
Now, I give these three pieces of balloon
You
a
got
twist at the
it's
same
gonna
time.
break! Charlie!
There, well, it didn't break.
It didn't break.
Now, what we got is we'll straighten it out like that, and we've got a little sword.
know it, it's
How's
a
that?
sword. How's
Ta-da,
it?
ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. How's that?
Well, let me try. Let me try. You tie a knot in here.
You tie a knot in that.
Okay. I take it and I make an S.
Bend it
Make
into about a third.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
one
about right.
third.
Now you
Okay.
bend it back again.
And then I bend this side back.
Okay.
And
Now
then
you
I-
got to twist all three pieces at the same
Right in the
time.
middle of all that?
Right in the middle of all
Okay.
three. Give it one twist.
Okay.
Okay. And you want to turn these a little bit sideways.
I did it.
That's right.
I did it.
That's very good.
All
That's
right.
the point of the sword over there.
All right.
Not bad.
Aha! Gotcha.
I give up. All right. Now I think we should make something a little bit more advanced than this.
You know what I like to see?
What would you like to see?
Every time I see somebody blow up balloon animals, they
Uh-huh.
make a dog.
You want to see a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of
A
dog?
fancy dog.
A French poodle?
Okay.
Would you like a French poodle? All right. let's have a look.
Fanciest poodle you can make.
All right. Here's a French
Okay.
poodle. I'm going to do this nice and
Doesn't look
slowly
like a
so
French
everyone
poodle.
can see how to make this.
Okay.
Right. I think white's a good color for a French poodle. Give it a good stretch.
Okay, I got the stretch.
You got to be careful of that. Okay. Now you blow it up a little bit. Not as long as the first
Yeah,
one.
how do you know where to stop it?
You stop with about 5 inches on the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
You tie a knot on this side. Now the first thing you got to do is you got to make a long bubble.
Okay.
You make a bubble that's
So
about
now you squeeze it
that long.
and you
You
twist it.
squeeze
Which way
it
are
and you
twisting
twist it. I'm twisting
Okay.
it away from me.
Okay. And how much do you twist?
I
it?
twisted it around about twice.
Okay.
Okay. After that long bubble, you make 3 small bubbles.
Okay.
That's one.
And then you got to hold on to this one. Or
I'm
else
holding
one's
onto this
gonna let
one.
go,
I'm
right?
holding onto the second one.
And which way you turn that one? Same
I'm
way?
turning that
Okay.
one the same way.
One
okay?
bubble,
That's number 2.
2 bubbles.
Okay, so I've got the long one and 2 bubbles.
Okay.
And the third one.
Ah, okay.
So what I've got here now is I've got 1 long one and 3 small ones.
Got it.
Now I'm going to take the 2 points. You see where my thumbs are?
Yeah. Here.
I'm going to
and
take those 2 points together
Okay.
and give them a twist.
Ah,
So they're
okay.
joined together like that.
Got it.
Now the nose of the poodle, I'm going to take and I'm going to push it through the
So
3
you gotta
bubbles.
spread those bubbles
You
apart.
spread those bubbles apart and you push it through.
Ah, look at that.
And that gives you the poodle
Look at
head.
how fancy the nose is. I got it.
That looks pretty nice,
Yeah,
doesn't
that
it?
looks really good.
So that's the poodle's head.
I got it.
That's 3 bubbles with a long bubble going through.
Got it.
Now we're going to make a neck. That's the poodle's neck. You
About
twist
about
that.
the same size as these.
It's about the same size as the 3 head bubbles.
Okay.
You twist it like that. After the neck, you're going to make the front legs. Now to make the front legs, you make 2 long bubbles and 2 small bubbles.
Okay.
You first of all start off with a long bubble like this. You actually make the 1 long bubble
And you spun it all one time around.
all the same way.
Okay.
2 small ones
And a couple of times
and
around.
then another long one.
So both of these two are the same
So what I've got
size.
here is one long one and two small ones.
Okay.
And now I'm going to make another long one.
Oh, so it's pretty much just like long bubbles or short bubbles.
So what I've got here is I've got one long one,
Yeah,
two small ones,
Got it.
and then another long one.
got it.
All right? I twist those 2 points together there,
Right underneath the neck.
right underneath the
I
neck.
got it.
That makes the front legs.
Aha, now I got it.
Now
So
what you do,
This is the back here.
this is going to be the back.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do exactly the same thing for the back legs. Because the back legs and the front legs are going to look
It's
the
going to
same.
be the same thing. So you
Exactly
have
the same thing.
The back and
You
then
give
the
a
hind
body,
legs.
you want to make the body about that long.
Now I understand.
Now you do the same thing. You make one long bubble, one small one,
It looks like you're going to run out of balloon here.
another small one.
Yeah.
Now I think we're doing all right.
Oh, you're doing
And then
good.
another long one.
So these two are the same size. and then
Exactly the
two-
same as the front legs. The
and
two
these-
are the same size, and the two little ones.
So there's just almost two different size bubbles.
That's right. Two long ones and two small ones. We just twist those two together like that.
I got it. And
that
that's
forms-
the tail.
That's the tail.
Okay.
Now you can make a little bubble on the end of that tail.
Oh,
by
I
just-
said the fanciest poodle you can make.
Yeah, you can just give it a little.
Aha,
And there's a
that's
little thing.
terrific. That's terrific. Look at that.
All right, now if you really want to get fancy,
Yeah.
you can take one of these. Do you know what this is? This is
It's,
a magic
a marker.
marker.
Uh-huh.
All right. You take the magic marker and you can draw a face on it. Would you
Come
like
on.
would you like a happy face or a sad face?
A happy face.
A happy
Are you
face.
kidding
okay.
me?
Yeah, we'll always give happy faces to these
Okay.
dogs. There's a big smile. See the big smile?
Yep. Now I do.
All right.
Look at
We'll
that.
give him two little
And then-
eyes.
Oh, I see. So the
There's
knot
one
in the
eye.
balloon is like the tip of the nose.
That's right. So that's his nose. That's his mouth.
That's so cute.
And the two eyes.
Can I give that to my wife?
Sure.
Terrific.
There we are. That's for you.
Thank you.
All right. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make something a little more advanced than this.
Okay.
All right. So you stand back and
Okay.
I'll show you a
Go
little
ahead,
more
go
advanced
for it.
balloon. And there we have a flower.
Charlie the Clown, that is fabulous. Thank you very much.
All right, Ron. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Oh, bonjour. Welcome to the Buffoonery Boutique. This is... Seriously, this is Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Clown College wardrobe department where they keep everybody in stitches. What's the... Guys, get him out of here. We just get him out of here. Come on, get him out. Thank you. We're going to give you some costume secrets from our designer dream team and the Clown College costume collection. To select the proper costume, you don't just grab anything. You try to choose things from around the house, things that clowns really are. Are you happy or sad? Fast or slow? Big or little? You must bring out whatever you find funny or silly about yourself. But there's nobody better to explain it to you than Richard Fick, the Clown College costume designer. Hey, Richard! 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 Richard, thank you. Would you please explain to everybody how they can design a Clown College costume?
Sure.
And maybe find something from around the house?
Sure, come along with me.
Ah!
Here are 3 perfect clown-shaped examples.
Excuse me.
First, here is Jill.
Hiya, Jill.
Hi.
And Jill is a very feminine, august clown.
Okay.
Who is also very tall.
And tall and thin.
And so what we will do is exaggerate that tallness by stripes.
Okay, so vertical stripes when they're tall and thin.
She looks taller already.
Okay. She
Thank
does.
you, Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
Next is Rob Lee.
Hiya, Rob.
Now, Rob Lee is a very elegant white face. And he does have some girth to him.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is maybe exaggerate that a little, maybe with polka dots.
I see. So if they're a little rounder, you get polka
Right,
dots.
well, sometimes. And because of his being an elegant white face, some of the softer fabrics can be used.
Oh, and I like the colors, too. The colors go along with his makeup.
Right, we take all that into consideration.
That looks good. That's going to look great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Ted? Now, Ted is a great little character tramp clown, but we always maintain one tradition on the Ringling Show.
What's that?
Our clowns, even though they might be a tramp character,
Yeah.
still look nice. So we thought this nice,
Not
nice
dirty.
wool, not dirty, wool
it.
plaid would go well with him.
Those colors look fabulous for him. How did you pick this particular fabric, though?
Well,
mean,
just
you-
because of the makeup again,
Okay.
picks up the red and the black.
Oh, I see.
Thank you, Ted.
Thanks, Ted.
Okay, Ron, come on.
Ah, Richard!
Come here.
Ah! Will you leave me alone?
I thought I'd show you a little bit how designers start their work. We talk with each of the people we're going to be designing for.
Okay.
And then we get information from them, like what are their favorite fabrics, colors, what are their ideas? Do they want an extra added on silhouette? Like this guy here is a regular normal guy, but he told me he wanted to have a punchy little stomach and pad out the back of the pants, so that's
Okay,
the
so
silhouette.
you start out now, so you take all that in consideration.
All
You have to
right.
look at their body shapes, and also you have to ask them what exactly they are looking for.
Sure, because see,
Okay.
they're the ones who are going to wear these costumes. And after we get a silhouette, say, of the general scheme of things, we'll go ahead and do an overlay of a jacket to go on
Oh,
top.
look at that. So then you can make the sleeves longer or shorter. You can add this over here. I get it.
Okay. After that happens, we start going around, and it's called swatching. We go and we take little pieces of the fabric that they like. And then, for instance, this is the t-shirt fabric here.
Right.
This is where it's going to go.
So you put in a little bit of color in here in the design.
Right, sure.
Okay.
And because the pants were originally just black and white, we wanted the red to tie in here. So the ladies who do all the sewing will sew red ribbon down here. So the pants will actually look like the drawing.
Aha, so now why did you put the stripes on this guy?
Because Sam is another tall clown.
Okay, so again, somebody that's tall and thin,
Right.
if you want to exaggerate their height, you put
Give
the
them the
stripes
stripes.
on, and that makes them even look a little taller.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Here's a white face, an elegant white face. We're
this is
putting the
terrific.
glitz in, and he specified he wanted red and black with white and some turquoise, touches in here.
So there's not that many colors. I mean, there's the black, white, and turquoise, and the
And
red.
that's it. That's it.
Okay, so it's
And
not
it's-
really that difficult.
No. And we're using like a silk here for the sleeves, as it gives them a nice, soft, flowing look.
So he's more elegant. So if he would, he's not taking a lot of falls then.
No, he's interested in a lot of magic.
I see.
So
So you
this
can
will
use
work
more
really
delicate
well.
fabrics for that.
Right. Right.
Okay, and he's tall and thin, so again, you're using vertical stripes.
The stripes. Now here is another example of the heavy little Auguste clown who is wonderful. He's going to have, even his wig is going to be specially made, so it's more or less like Curly from the Three Stooges.
Okay, that looks good.
And I shortened his coat and his vest so you can see his nice round stomach here.
If you can find out the comical things about somebody, you try and exaggerate those
Right.
comical aspects.
And we're even going to wire out the tails in his coat, too.
Oh, okay. And somebody at home, I mean, they don't have a designer and they don't have a stitcher, so they're going to have to find somebody in town and they're going to have to do it themselves and explain to whoever may be making this costume, if they're not making it themselves, exactly what they want.
Well, are you ready to go now?
Sure, let's go for it.
Good. This is my favorite part.
Wait a minute! I'll do it myself. I'm coming.
You know, a lot of people ask me, because they never were in a circus or never went to clown college, how to make a clown costume.
Exactly, especially for the kids at home.
Right, if they want to go to a masquerade party or just play clown for a day. And it's really quite easy. There are a lot of things around the house
Good.
that you can just get and turn into a clown costume with a few little alterations or additions. But the important thing is, before you take anything,
Right.
check and get permission.
Absolutely.
Okay? For instance, here are a pair of baggy overalls that would probably look really good on a smaller person.
Okay, somebody would probably have something like this at home.
Right.
Or you can ask your folks and see if you can use them.
Correct.
All right.
And you can get some bright color fabric and just make patches.
Okay, you can put patches all around, or
Sure.
if you want, especially if you're like a hobo character.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a good example, too. We got this at a thrift store. It was a plain black coat, tailcoat, and we sewed patches on it.
Okay, here's
So-
patches there, patches all around.
Mhm.
There's a pair of pants in here too.
Right, with ribbon up the side.
So this is a plain black pair of pants, and you put a ribbon all the way down the side, and then you got more of a clown costume.
Sure. And you can go into a lot of hat shops and find a hat like this, or at a thrift shop, but just by putting on some ribbon.
Okay,
it
so
brightens
either
it
if
up.
you have ribbon at home, or you can go to a fabric shop and you get a little piece of
Right.
ribbon and put it on.
Sure.
You know what we used to do? Get a styrofoam hat. I did this one time, and you can get those at a joke shop.
Sure.
And they're just white, and then you can spray them.
Sure.
And we got one spray for you.
Right there.
And then you add on a ribbon. Okay.
They're asking about shoes, too. Where can you buy clown shoes? Well, clown shoes are fine for, the professional clown, but if you just want to play clown, you can get some oversized sneakers.
Ah, look at that. They're about a 15.
Right. And believe it or not, you can put them into a washing machine with dye, and you can get...
Aha.
You like these better, right?
Or probably
Okay.
you can just spray paint them.
Spray paint them, too.
Yeah?
Sure.
Good.
Sometimes you can buy a hat, and just by sewing buttons.
That's a clever idea. This stuff's going like hotcakes here,
Right.
Richard. You're a hit.
Now, if you want to be really glitzy,
Okay. For the
you can buy
white-faced
some,
clown?
for the white-faced clown, buy some trim on a little
Okay.
hat like you... Oh.
The white face.
Well, I guess that's exhausting my supply of...
Well, let's see what else we got. Well, we got a shirt here. Now, this was bought right off the rack. The tag is still on it.
Okay.
And it's a red and white striped shirt, so somebody can just go
How
out and
about
get that if
how
you
about
want.
if we wanted to even put some ribbon on there, and then
Ah,
maybe a
if you
pair
wanna
of
get-
bright suspenders?
And with the things that are out around town nowadays, you can probably find some wild fabrics
Sure.
and suspenders and all that kind of stuff. Well, Richard, I think that's terrific. So, folks, that's the inside scoop to the outside of your costume. Good luck. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
We start our chapter on clown gags with the living legend, the great Lou Jacobs. Lou's been entertaining audiences with the greatest show on earth for more than 60 years. Here, he's showing students at Clown College bits with his dog Pee-wee, a part of his classic act for many years. Lou is the only clown ever to have his picture on a United States postage stamp, and he has created some of the most famous clown gags in circus history, including a circus tradition, the renowned clown car. Here you're seeing one of Lou's most famous routines, the rabbit hunter. Pee-wee, dressed as a rabbit, plays dead after Hunter Lou tries to bag his dinner with his pop gun. Watch the payoff. Half the fun of being a clown is creating your own gags. We're going to show you a couple and then give you a few pointers to start you on your way entertaining audiences at home, school, or just to clown around with a couple of friends. No one should expect to be able to do any gag perfectly right away. The key to becoming good at doing clown gags is to work up the routine slowly, doing what you can without hurting yourself or anybody else. And then practice, 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 and practice some more. You'll get better and better before you know it, and who knows, maybe one day you just might become the next Lou Jacobs. And now for the famous old-time whip cracker routine, starring Jim Vogelgesang and Tammy Parrish.
Oh, you! I'm over here!
Oh, okay, folks, here we go. The best whip cracker routine you've ever seen. This whip right here, I'm gonna snap this piece of paper in two. Okay, here we go. And one, and two, and ta-da! I love myself. All right, folks, now, trick number two. Okay, I'm gonna do it behind my back, looking in a mirror. Okay, like this. Mirror, please. Thank you.
Hey! Come on! The paper!
Here we go. One, two, and ta-da! Boy, am I good. Wow, piece de resistance. Okay, I'm gonna do it blindfolded.
Blindfolded?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I put blindfold on, please. Not you. No. Stop. Take the blindfold off, put it on. One. Here we go. And one. And two. And ta-da! Greatest whip cracker in the world.
Hey, Jim, Davey, come on back. Come here. Dance.
What? They went that way.
Don't move, don't move. You have to explain to the folks some of the key elements of that routine.
Okay, I think we can do that.
Okay?
First of all, the props.
Okay.
We used a buggy whip today, but what you can do at home is use a length of rope, this length or a little shorter.
That's about 5 foot tall.
Yes, or even a piece of string tied to a stick.
Okay.
And that way it's very easy, you get the same effect, okay, and you're not going to hurt somebody. You have to control some prop like this when you do it.
And a piece of
okay?
fabric for the
Yes, a
the
blindfold, with, just a regular piece of fabric.
It's
long
about,
enough to tie around your
3 foot long.
yes,
Okay.
long enough to tie around your head. And Tammy had a few props, which
A
were
common mirror and a piece of paper, 3 of them. Typing paper or notebook paper like you use at school. The secret of the paper tear is to cheat and have a small tear already in the paper so that when you put your hands at the top and pull, it rips apart easily.
and we never even hit the paper with the whip. Okay, we stayed far enough apart that even with an out of control, I wouldn't hit her with the whip. It was, we spaced that out. Okay.
I think that they can watch that a couple of times, practice it, look at the tape again, practice it some more, and I think that that's really a nice routine that they can practice and do.
Yes, it's very simple, and you just use your face a lot and get all the little comedy bits you can out of one simple prop. Around the neck, on somebody else, around the eyes and facing the wrong way. One simple prop, and you think and try and come up with as many different possibilities as you can. That's the fun part of the clowning.
So watch the routine, practice it a couple times, and have a whole lot of fun with it. Tammy and Jim, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
See you at the big show, okay?
You're right. We're on our way now.
See ya. Thank you. Steve Smith and Jeffrey Steele now perform for you Dead and Alive. that was fabulous. Folks, you can see how involved that routine is. Now, if you want to do that, you have to practice and practice and study it and do it as much as you can. We can't explain all of the routine to you, but there must be a couple of key elements you can explain.
Just
to
a
the folks.
couple, you're right. And as you can tell, Dead and Alive deals with physical comedy. And the first rule of physical comedy is you must be careful, so play safe.
Another thing we'd like to point out is the point where we tip our hats and try and shake hands. At that moment, you have to have a leader and a follower. One person initiates the action, the other one follows it. So I lift my hat, and the other person shakes hands. I go to shake hands, and the other one goes to lift his hat. You slowly build up the pace until one character steps out of the scene.
Next thing we'd like to point out is when the character who's playing Dead gets lifted up, you must stay stiff as a board. Once you're up, we have 3 falls. And in order to accomplish that without getting hurt, the partner who is alive squeezes your shoulder, and you both count to 3. On 3 is when you fall back, that way ensuring that you're not going to get hurt.
Steve Smith, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jeffrey Steele, thank you. Get out of here, guys. Clowns. Hi, it's me again. Bet I look different without my clown makeup on, don't I? You see, my real name is Ron Severini, and I used to be a clown with the greatest show on earth, and I used to be the director of the Clown College. But now, I am your personal guide on this journey to joviality. And since you're still with us, I guess maybe you really are serious about clowning around. So, we're going to show you one of the most important aspects of clowning, makeup.
Makeup!
What? Ruthie!
I didn't know it was you, Ron.
Ruth!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one of the bestest clown makeup artist there ever was, Ruthie Chaddock. Well, while we got you here, put your video book on pause, go get a mirror, and we're going to show you something. Ruthie, not you! She never listens to me. I want you to go get yourself
Ron,
a mirror.
I got a mirror here.
Maybe just a little bit smaller mirror, Ruthie. A little smaller, okay? Thanks. We're going to show you something very, very special because we have the best clowns in the world are going to show you how they put on their clown makeup, and then you're going to get a chance to really learn how you put your makeup on, okay? Now you're going to have some fun because you're going to get a chance to make some funny faces at yourself in the mirror.
Okay, everybody take a look in the mirror. You want to smile real big, frown, get angry, surprise, goofy. Okay, now the reason we're doing this is to find out how our face naturally moves.
Right.
So the lines of your face are what you want to exaggerate when you do a clown makeup.
Right. Now, watch these clown college students and you'll see exactly what we mean. Folks, this is Steve Smith, the director of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College. Steve, to put the clown on the outside, how do you find the clown on the inside?
Good question, and a tough one. But I think it comes down to 3 things. First of all, we have to have a heart the size of Alaska and share it with everybody you meet. Because as clowns, everything we give away comes back 10 times. Second, we have to have fun, but we must always remember to take our silliness seriously. And the third thing, and most important, magic. Not the kind of magic that you learn from a book or you buy from a store. It's the magic of believing. We must believe what we're doing because clowning really is like snow on Christmas and all day suckers and Never Never Land.
Now, there are 3 different types of clown makeups. First, the white face, the Auguste, and the character. And to demonstrate these for you, we have the one and only 8-year veteran of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, Tammy Parrish, and Master Clown, the one and only Mr. Frosty Little. Hey, Frost!
Hi, Ron.
will you please show these people exactly step by step how you put on your clown white face makeup?
Sure. We take a little paper towel and wipe your skin all dry, very good. All dry, very dry. Don't put anything on your face after that. Then we take some clown white and we start applying it like this. I always start up on the forehead because once you get in the habit of this, I don't know, you just start at the same place every time. Put it all over your ears and you rub it in very good.
Frosty, what kind of makeup do you use?
Well, this is it's a white, but it's a zinc oxide base with olive oil. And it's very good. It doesn't hurt your skin. In fact, it's an ointment, which a lot of kids put in their noses when they go swimming in the sun to keep them getting sunburned. So it's good for your skin.
I think we should explain to the kids that you should not put on something on your face that you're not supposed to. No shoe polish, no anything like that.
The only thing you use to color your face is makeup.
Right.
Either regular makeup like your mom or your friends might use, or special clown makeup that you can get at theatrical makeup stores.
Right,
yes.
And I think you should get your folks' permission to start doing this before you start doing this.
Yes.
Always buy your makeup at reputable clown supply stores,
right.
Makeup supply stores.
Once you get it on, you want to pat it out. Just take your hand, you kind of slap yourself lightly.
So the
Just
both
gets it
of you,
nice and even all over your face.
I wear a skull cap, and so it'll come down over this edge right here.
how do you know how thick to put the white on? Because really, some people I've seen, they put it on too thin, and some people really cake it on. So what determines?
Well, if you can see your skin through, it's too thin. And if it's, you know, if you have to put it on with a trowel, it's too thick. So just so your skin doesn't show through. And then you pat it down very good. It just takes all the finger blemishes out and all the marks. And once you take your hand away after you patted it and you get involved in something else, you cannot touch your hand back to your face unless you put some makeup on your hand and then come back to your face. If you didn't do that, you would hit your face and pull. You'd have 4 imprints there like that. So this is just a good, helpful hint. Okay, I'm wiping out where I'm going to put the red. And the reason I do this, or we do it, is that the true color of the red, if you put it right on your flesh, will come out like this. If I don't, if you put it over the white, it'll come out pink. And the 4 basic colors are red, black, white, and blue. This is the 4 basic circus colors.
So down on the bottom, you took off the white, and then up on the top for your cheeks, you're going to add the color right onto your cheeks.
Right, I'll
along
blend
with
them
the
right
white.
onto my cheeks. And I cheated. I used this little film canister so that I get a nice circle on my cheeks. You know, a good way to figure out what size of mouth you want is when you don't have any makeup on at all, just take one of these grease pencils and draw a little mouth on like you would a cartoon and see how it moves. And that's really how I came up with mine.
I don't like too big a mouth. I like a smaller mouth like this. And it's just what fits your
Well, you want a mouth that will let you...
It relates to the...
I've seen some people, I mean, they have a mouth that's the size of Rhode Island.
Right,
you know?
Yeah. Then you can't frown or anything when you have...
Yeah, you want a mouth that works. Not one that looks like you just slapped it on.
Professional clowns only put makeup on the lower lip only. The lower lip only.
So not on, you mean the color? So
yes,
it's not...
the mouth and the color on the lower lip only. And they basically all the details are small and very nice. But the reason is that jack-o'-lanterns, this is a blue which I put on while it was wet to tone the color down. And because if I put it on straight out of there, the color would be too bright and scary. The blue is too scary, so I tone it down. But getting back to the mouth and the lower lip only, a lot of amateur clowns put a great big mouth, like a jack-o'-lantern, and they have all these scary colors. And to kids, a lot of small children, jack-o'-lanterns are scary.
Yeah.
So if a clown had that kind of a face, he would go, hi.
And sneak right up on them.
Yes, and they're terrified for the rest of their life of clowns. So we only
Simpler
have...
is usually better.
Yes.
If you're a kid, you just look in the mirror like we did and do your little exercises. Then try to pick a nice small mouth that you'd like to see on a cartoon. The next step is powdering, and we powder our makeup because right now it's real sticky and it comes off on our clothes. But if we get some baby powder and a sports sock, just put the powder inside the sock, tie a little knot. This will set our makeup so we can wear it for 12 hours a day.
And you're going to sock yourself in the
Tilt
face.
back, shut your eyes, hold your breath.
Okay.
Go for it. So you're not even hitting yourself.
Not at first.
All the powder just flying on and then sticking onto the sticky part of the makeup.
But what you really want to do, you want to just dust off where you're going to put the next color, which would be the black. And you don't want to dust off very hard. Because you want this powder to soak in for a little while, to get all the way down to the pores. If it doesn't, then the white will fall off. I mean, it would fall off in big chunks. Line on all the way down here. When you do a line, start in and go for broke.
See, for some people,
And
I
wipe
think they
off
don't
every
know how
time.
much to put on the brush.
Well,
when
they
they're gonna put it on.
just run it back and forth and get it. If you wipe it off every time. Now, see, Tammy uses a.
Yeah, what does she just use?
I use a grease pencil. I prefer to use a pencil whenever I can. And this is just a soft crayon grease pencil. Actually, this is a lady's eyebrow pencil. And if it's not quite soft enough, I just heat it up with a little lighter and apply a thin line.
And the red you put on after you took off the white.
Yes.
But the blue here, you put on over the white.
Yes, that's to tone it down.
And then you powdered everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then you brushed off the powder.
Yes.
And then you put on the black.
Yes. Now, a lot of people will powder after every color. After the white, after the red, after the black.
So it's okay to eat and drink and makeup, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you know, that's a good question because a lot of the, there's about 35,000 amateur clowns in the United States, and I've talked to some of them that say, hey, I'm starving to death. Well, you know, I'd like to eat. And I say, why can't you eat? And they say, well, we read that in a book someplace. And I said, who wrote the book? They don't know, you know. Well, the book was written by some guy maybe 20 years ago that...
Didn't powder or something?
Yeah, he said, don't powder, don't eat, don't smile and show your teeth, and none of that stuff. Sure, you can eat. You got to eat and drink. We go to fashionable balls at the Waldorf Astoria, and we eat, and you can smile and show your teeth. You know, you are human beings, and if you're too regimentated, kids, they don't like that.
Well, I like to use some little sequins to enhance my makeup, and I use some comic lashes. So I've got a little bottle of eyelash adhesive, and I put just a little dot right where I want each stone to be. And it's going to be right at the base of each point. And then just apply a little pressure.
And they stick just like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that quick?
Mm-hmm.
That's
great.
Look at that
She's
pretty
a beautiful
makeup.
clown.
Look at that. That's a great
And
color.
pick up a
that
lot of
turquoise.
light. Next come the eyelashes. That's what's so special about being a clown, because there's really no rules. You can just be anything you want to be. At the Stones, they have at a lot of fabric stores.
Fabric stores, hobby shops,
They're usually sold with little silver backs to go on a piece of fabric,
Right.
but I just use them without, and they've got a little flat side, so.
And do you get the eyelashes like the theatrical makeup store?
I have makeup stores.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing, Frosty? What is that?
Okay, this is what they call the classic look. And when I was a little boy, I saw the first clown. He had a skull cap. They all had skull caps, and I said, I'm going to wear a skull cap someday. So I wear a skull. This is called the classic look, the skull cap.
I wear a different nose than Frosty does. Frosty paints his nose on. I use a little round rubber nose. And at Clown College, we all learned how to make noses. Ruthie made her very own nose. I keep mine on with a little piece of very thin elastic.
You can't even see the elastic from just about here, I can't see
It
it.
usually blends right in with my makeup.
Yeah.
And then I make my skull caps out of t-shirt knit, just white t-shirt knit, to keep all my hair up and out of the way.
Oh man, let me see. Oh, so cute.
And then I have an orange yak hair wig. There's lots of things you can do for fun clown wigs. You can make one out of yarn. I prefer
Use a mop or something
a
like
mop.
that?
There's all kinds of fun things. A lot of people sew feathers onto skull caps to make pretty clown wigs.
Oh, that was great.
Isn't that nice?
I like to wear a big hair bow, little barrettes.
So, Frosty, you don't wear a wig?
No.
And now what are you going to
Okay,
do?
Put the hat on.
The famous cone hat.
Whoa. Nice one.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding you.
Did you make your own hat, Frosty? Did you
You know,
make this yourself? Gosh,
We used to make our own hats, and we used to take felt hats, and we used to, like ordinary women's felt hats, and we used to soak them in hot water.
Okay.
And soak them for 10 or 15 minutes, and then stretch them over a broomstick. Stretch them as hard as we could, turn the ends up, let them dry on newspaper, and then cut them off to the desired length. But now they got such good felt that you can make them.
The second category of clown makeup is the August clown, and we have Jim Vogelsang.
Yay!
Hey! Go ahead, Jim. Show us how you do it.
Right, the August makeup. Yes.
See, again, he starts with the white.
With the lightest color.
lighter colors.
Right.
We'll find out if he uses a brush or not.
Right. Everybody finger paints in the circus, I've decided.
It's a lot of fun.
So, are you going to
Where am
pat
I?
that white down?
Yes, but first of all, I need to clean it up a little bit.
I always find when I'm watching somebody do this on my face.
Yeah,
just
I
go
know.
Go like this.
It's like shaving in the morning. Yeah, you have to.
Just gag, just gag.
Usually, you don't do this in your living room, too.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend going outside or to another area where you're not going to get the powder all over the place. And you've got to watch it because it can get very slippery. So you're also using a shaving brush to take it off?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if Jim powders after every color or not. So far, he powdered after the first color.
After 3 out of 4 of them, I do. Now we'll put on a base coat of flesh color. You want to make sure that the flesh and the white connect every place. You can't leave holes there.
You don't ever want your own flesh to show through, right?
Correct. Make sure it's smoothed out and not blotchy.
Now, are you going to blend any colors in with that?
Yes, the next
Okay.
Color is the red. It's a darker color. We went from the white to the flesh to the red coming up. And I don't powder after this one because there are places I have to blend the red in. Okay, now to highlight the cheeks, there's nothing there now. It's just sort of no man's land. So where I would smile, the cheeks pop out a little bit, so we put some color there.
Now, he really doesn't need to powder the whole face, just the red where he just put on, but you're sweating.
Well, I had the flesh, which was not powdered
Oh, right,
either.
right,
But I don't powder the white because it had already been
right.
powdered. And brush off the excess powder again. You've seen that before. And make sure you powder good, because if you don't, if you miss a spot and you start brushing it off, then you start brushing wet colors across your face. Look out below then.
Powdering is so important to a real, clean, good-looking clown makeup.
Now, this is the basic design, but it's incomplete. You need to outline it with black.
So he also uses a black eyebrow pencil.
Right.
I want a thin, neat line around this mouth.
He's like me. Again, he steadies one hand with the other hand.
If you can just keep it simple, you'll be in great shape.
I think that's a good key to clowning in general is keeping it simple.
This is the hardest part for me to get the makeup on correctly.
Right in close to your eyes, right?
On the left eye.
You can do it, Jim.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
Should close my eyes and go to it. This is a surgical appliance adhesive. It works best for me. It affects some people's skin, but mine it works a lot better than latex or the spirit gum. And I'm putting a rubber nose on, but I also put some red on the bottom of my nose so that if my nose comes off, there's still something there to represent a nose instead of just a hole in the middle of my face.
Now, why do you choose to use the latex as opposed to an elastic?
I thought it gave it a more complete look. Yeah, the string won't break because there isn't any string. It's more natural, not something that's put onto your face. It's a part of your face. It doesn't take long for that to stay on, and voila. We wear a wig cap, something to keep your own natural hair tucked out of the way and give a good fit to the wig. You want all your natural hair out of the way because if somebody sees it peeking out from underneath the wig, they say, hey, you're not a real clown. Well, yes, we are. We're as real as they come. It's a hairpin. And the finishing touch is a top hat.
There we go. And Tim, you can see he even exaggerates the length of his face with his hat too, just to make it even longer. I think that's great.
Correct.
What a clown!
Terrific. And the third category of clown makeup is the character. And to demonstrate that for you is Scott Linker. Scott, please show everybody exactly how you put your clown makeup on.
Start with a little spirit gum because I use nose putty. This is a good year for spirit.
You put your nose on first?
Yes.
Really?
It's,
I never
part
saw
of the
any
base.
clown put their nose on first.
With nose putty, it's really important because you later use the makeup to actually blend the nose in. As I'll show you.
Scott, why would anybody want to shape their nose every day instead of just getting a rubber nose and putting it on?
This is a lot more trouble, you're right about that. And for most clowns, it's really not necessary. For a character clown, and not every character clown, of course, because everyone is different, it blends in so well with the features, and with a character clown makeup, what you seek to do is exaggerate reality. So I take a big nose and make it bigger.
And you can put the makeup on, obviously, right on the top of the putty.
Uh-huh.
I never realized how much red you put on your face.
Because this is more of a precision line. It is an extension above my eyebrow, not actually using some of the lines in my face. I need to give myself a little help. So that's when I use a pencil and later on a brush. Nobody's beard just stops in a line. It sort of fans out. That's what I'm doing here.
It's just an exaggeration.
So can I see the one side and the other side to see from there what you did? Okay.
Isn't that nice?
So it really gives an effect of having a beard.
And the thing about using a brush like this is you want the texture. If I use it too light, I won't have quite what I want. If I use it too much, it'll take it away.
And where do you get the stubble brush? Makeup store again?
Yeah, makeup stores all have them. And once someone gave me some air conditioning filters, and I used that.
Did it work?
Yeah, sure
There you
did.
go.
And my face was cool all day, too.
So that's interesting because now, first you started with a black eyebrow pencil and you just put on the lines, and now you're taking the brush and putting it on the black.
The only reason I did that was I found it easier for myself. So anything you can do to make it easier to put on, you do for yourself.
From a flea circus down the street.
That's right.
Okay, you're still adding more even after you powdered now.
Yes, I'm gonna add a little line under the eyes, which will bring out my eyes.
I notice a lot
which
of
are very
clowns.
deep-setted as well. And this is a line that's used by a lot of clowns,
Right.
and certainly a lot of the old movie silent clowns that worked very much with their eyes.
That's a great color.
That's good.
That's an excellent color. You done? You done?
Once he's in clown makeup, he doesn't talk anymore.
Really?
Really?
You look terrific. Was that you? Hey! Hey, how'd you like the book?
Fantastic.
Good, I'm glad you liked it. Now, it's getting late. Why don't you scoot on home, practice and practice, and maybe someday you can be a clown with Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Clown College. Now, Scoot, get out of here. Hey, are you okay?
Just clowning around.
Oh, you stick it. You really want to be a clown, don't you? For an enrollment application to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College, write Director of Admissions, 3201 New Mexico Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20016.
It's the magic we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, it's the premiere release of our exclusively made-for-video series, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Home Video. A 2-hour spectacle that celebrates the final appearance of the 115th edition of the greatest show on earth. Never before in the history of home video has any program generated such unmitigated excitement. This very first release contains the full gamut of three-ring wonderment as seen through the eyes of two spellbound youngsters. You'll meet the most celebrated circus performers of modern times, like Gunther Gable-Williams, the Flying Españas, and of course, the mystical, magical living unicorn. Our very special premiere program, containing 2 hours of once-in-a-lifetime entertainment, will be offered as a special limited edition. Truly a collector's cassette, Family Home Entertainment will only release 50,000 copies of the greatest show's first visit ever to the home video marketplace. Once these 50,000 tapes are gone, there will never be any more. And that's not all. Sit tight for the most death-defying circus acts of all time. An outrageous extravaganza of non-stop thrills and chills, from the most famous daredevils ever to short-circuit an audience's senses. Get a bird's-eye view of these soaring superstars in action. And with up-close interviews, learn what pushes these awe-inspiring entertainers near the brink of extinction with every hair-raising feat. Gasp at the magic of the most death-defying circus acts of all time. So come one, come all, the greatest show's got it all. The circus fun has now begun, and Family Home Entertainment's got it.